It's 12. All right, everybody. Welcome to our 12th video here, the Fellas Fantasy Football League weekly recap. Cheers to you guys. This is going to be a recap on week 12 and then a week 13 preview. So stay tuned here.
Yes, and we have a special guest. Go ahead and join the fray here.
Jump on in, my guy.
T. Glazier, a.k.a. Mikey, a.k.a. Mike. Some of you may know him, some of you may not. Not allowed to golf with Tyson. He runs a fantasy football league of his own, which I just found out he is not doing so hot. And he may or may not be a better golfer than Ryan. What's your guys' handicaps?
He's better by a lot.
Yeah, if we're playing Oakdale, he'll beat me.
Anywhere else, he beats me. Island Billy, because I know one course. But
thank you for joining us. You're our celebrity special guest for the week, and you're not quite in the video, but
yeah,
there we go. I can turn it just a little bit. So you run your own league. You're obviously not a fantasy football noob. You also do a lot of betting, props bet. You're just trying to get one in. Any philosophies or any special things you look at trying to play players, trade players, waivers, drafts, anything like that?
So I'll be honest, I've never been big on trades. This year is the first time I traded, I think, in 10 years. So that just shows you how much I don't trade. I rely heavy on waiver wire, but what I do different in all my drafts is I go wide receiver heavy. I usually pick a lower tier running back that I think can really bust out as number one. This year for me, AJ Dillon, obvious fail. So really didn't work out this year for me, as why I'm in last place. But no, I love fantasy football. Tight ends, I think as of late have been huge.
You get the right ones. There's a few that can change some things for sure.
The last 2 years, if you had Waller, sorry for you guys. But no, quarterbacks, that's another one I wait on. If you're not going with the top three, you can find them in 10 through 12, no problem. So
yeah,
it's absolutely a pleasure to be here. Thank you for the introduction.
No, our pleasure. So how many years have you been playing fantasy football, would you say? I know I've been in your league for probably 10 years now, but has it been that long? 10 years?
10 years, yep. I ran a league of my own for 10, and that was the first year that I played in one. So
jumping right in. I like it.
Really?
Okay.
Are you is it a PPR league? Or are you playing mostly PPR leagues? Is that why you're going wide receiver heavy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
PPR league. Another one I played in the past, they did bonuses for 200 yards. 300 yards passing or more down the line for the running back. That was really fun. I'd love to get a league going like that.
Yep.
So but no, PPR is mainly where I played at.
Okay. You ever played in like a dynasty or anything like that? Keeper league? I mean, I know your league is a keeper league now. Where is it a constant keeper league we're doing with your league, or is it a 1 year keeper league? Or are we doing it year by year? How's that going? Yeah,
no, it should be a year after year keeper league. The way I run it is you keep them the first time. It's the round they were drafted the previous year, regardless if they change teams.
Mm-hmm.
Free agent pickup would be 12th round. Second year keeper would be 1 round up from the previous year.
Okay.
And then third round is automatic first.
Third year keeping him.
So like this year I kept Waddle in the 7th round. So if I kept him again in your league, if I kept him again next year, he'll be a 6th round pickup.
Correct.
And then the following year he'd be an automatic first round.
Automatic first.
Gotcha.
Where I know people have kept Christian McCaffrey now for 3-4 years at that number 1 spot. And they could have won it. They're drafting 10, 11, 12 in my league.
100%.
And you're getting a top 3 running back.
Yeah.
So those moves like that, keep those guys at the end, finish it up top.
Since you are in last place, do you relish this spoiler role? Because there's some guys in our league that can play that this week.
Huge fan of spoiler. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wouldn't say I try any harder, but I definitely look deeper on that waiver wire.
Trying to get some things figured out.
I've played in leagues. I'm actually in one right now. Another one where the last place dude, the current last place dude, stopped setting his lineup at week 8. And so it's like, I know the guy who runs it pissed about it, but so you're still playing hard down the wire, picking up waivers.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
100%.
I like that.
Checking injuries still. All my leagues. So I'll tell a little quick story. I'm in another league in my customer service where I work. We did have a fantasy league, and I actually won because the guy did not change his quarterback and 2 running backs. I won by 3 points, and I just got the first round bye because of it.
Were they on a bye or something? Like, what do you mean they didn't change them?
They just haven't looked at their lineup in 2 weeks. Kind of what Trevor was talking about. Like that's not good for the league.
No,
So-
not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. It's gotta be fair play, right? Everybody's gonna be trying to win. You don't want any rollover wins. You don't want any guys offloading their team, stupid trades, stuff like that. So, something that's happening in your league this year, I know, is the trading of draft picks. And you're trading draft picks. And what is your structure for that? Are you getting commitments from guys for the next following year, or what are you doing on that? Because we've toyed with it in this league. Nobody's actually executed a trade that requires a draft pick for next year, but it's just, for a little bit of foresight. What does that look like in your league?
It's a sensitive topic and it can get out of hand quickly.
Yeah.
We had a person this year think who's going to bail because he traded his first and second rounder for next year. It's going to work out well for him this year, but I made sure to text him on the side and get some commitment. But we've had an issue with my league too, with some turnover.
Yep.
So
Not that bad though. I mean, just life stuff. 2 guys are there. No, I did notice that. And actually, have you seen how that guy did since he's made that trade and went all in for this year?
I have not looked.
0-2. He's lost 2 weeks in a row. So trades backfire sometimes, even when you're
I'm
stacking.
happy
the
for
deck.
him. We because of that, we have made a change, I guess, a little bit in our league for next year, which I guess we could still leave it up for a vote, but that we're gonna make, because Ryan also told me that you don't get anybody that votes on the trades hardly at all. And so what we're gonna do, we're gonna put the actual votes on GroupMe in our GroupMe app. And if the person, the people getting the vote, which they automatically are going to get 2, right? If they don't get at least 6, because it's a 10-person league, then it'll be left up to me and Ryan.
Yep, we'll make that decision
for fair play. And no, we won't take bribes.
He won't. I will. I'll be open about that. I'm like FIFA. Bribe me.
That's kind of what we're going to do, because I never thought of that until he mentioned that was happening in your league. So.
And then real quick, I know it's outside the realm of fantasy football, but like pick'em leagues, stuff like that. How much are you doing? What are you doing? What are you involved in? I know you got a really cool one that involves spreads and 5 different people and some cool stuff there. So tell us about that a little bit.
I probably spend just as much time on looking and researching the gambling lines that I do in fantasy football. So a lot of time spent during this time of year, but I was a big gambler in my past. I cooled it down a little bit, mainly just try to do some family spread league stuff like that. But the one Ryan's talking about, it's a 5-man spread league, and if you win it 1 week, it's 5-man, 5 picks by the spread, excuse me, and everything has a half a point, so there's never a push. There's always a hook on it. But long story short, if you hit it, it's $2,000 to the winner, and then there's obviously year-end points too. So high-paying league. I think it's like $600 to get involved. Good little advertisement if you guys want in next year. Get a 5-man team.
How many people are in it right now?
I want to say there's probably 50 teams.
Okay, because Ryan are in a similar league this season. It's only $10, but there's 30,000 people in it or something like that.
People. There's some good payouts, but I mean it's wild what it takes to get there.
Yeah, the pick'ems every week are like 15-1, 16-0.
Yeah,
I'm like, I got 10 right last week, and I was like, yeah, no chance at fucking
anything
crazy.
So, all good stuff. Hey, if anybody wants to get in that next year, I am looking to get into that league. I have been for years, so let me know. So, moving along here, week 12 recap. You want to talk about your matchup there, Trev?
It was a tough matchup, actually.
Was it though?
Lindo, well, it was for a while. Lindo actually texted on this one, and going into the second half of the afternoon games, he was projected to beat me by 30 points. By the end of the afternoon games, I was up on him by 30 points. It was just like that. Eckler all of a sudden went off. Josh Jacobs just became the fucking man. KJ was actually at my house. I told him, I said, look, I either need Eckler and Jacobs to get 30 points, or I need one of them to get 40. And the actually both damn near did that. So it was a good week. I was the highest scoring. It was the biggest blowout, but not by a big margin. Lindo was almost a bad beat. Doug edged him out a little bit on the second highest score of the week, but so we almost had our 5th bad beat of the season.
Next year that pays once.
Yeah, that will pay once. So that was how it went. It was just huge at the end there for me.
Like that. And then recapping the rest of these games here. Auto Draft Joe taking on Matt, Trade Master Simone with going to a Super Bowl. Joey, least efficient team last week, only scoring 81% of possible points on his roster there. But hey, pulled out a W, got a nice 5-point win over the hot hand of Matt. So nice win there, Joe. I'll actually give you a little props. Nice job, buddy. Travis Kelce's still the man. Sorry about that. Ongoing battle there. And then next up, we had Quail Man, good old Doug, top of our league, taken down, bottom of our league. I mean, we saw that coming from a mile away. 25-point victory, just cleaning it up. Great job there, Quail Man.
Tyson was just happy he got over 100 points.
He says that every week.
But
When he gets over 100 points, it was just
Suck,
like,
Tyson.
like 3 times. Yeah. He said he wants to have a drink with you, Tyson.
Yeah.
Not funny the way that works, huh? So,
Then we had KJ taking on Donald, and KJ beat Donald. It was pretty close down the wire. KJ was sweating it going into Monday night. It ended up working out for him. It didn't. It was a wider margin than what he thought it was going to be. But yeah. And then tell us about your matchup.
guys, I had a hot hand there for a minute, but then Bing decided to turn it around and took care of me. He got a nice little 5-point victory, put me back at the bottom of the barrel here, and nice job, Bing. Way to come back, baby. I know you were on what it was, a 6-game skid.
He was on a 6-game skid.
Six game
he went
skid.
5-0, and then lost six in a row.
All right.
And now
he
he
just beat me.
So now he's 6-6.
And he's kind of like right on that line of who's going to make playoffs. So,
Yeah, you'll see that in a second. Overachievers, I overachieved my projected points by 34%. Matt underachieved his by 18%, and that's where Joey ended up getting the narrow victory over him. So it was a good week. So
yeah, for you guys. No.
yeah, well, not for you.
Most efficient. No, I got most efficient.
Yeah, you still lost.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah. Tell us about our outstanding players.
Man, I'm seeing a lot of these names repeat every week. Did you change the slide? Are you sure? Because, I mean, how many times have we seen Josh Jacobs on this list? How many times have we seen Justin Jefferson? Hey, Joey, how many times have we seen Travis Kelce, the top scoring tight end in the league? I mean, it's probably been 5 times for each of those guys this year. And then once again, Josh Allen doing it as well. I mean, that guy's a beast. A lot of ways he can get you. 32 points there for him.
Pretty weak for tight ends, though. 15 points isn't a whole lot. Actually, there were kickers and defense that did better, and I didn't put them on because you know how I feel about them.
They're not real people.
They're irrelevant. You know, speaking of Travis Kelce, did you see that his quarterback had a kid?
Yeah, did you see the nickname?
Yeah, Bronze. What, he's going for 3rd place now? What's that all about? The fuck? I'm telling you guys, Travis Kelce makes Patrick Mahomes is not the other way around.
I'm not arguing that. Not anymore.
What do you think about these 4 outstanding players? Do you have any of them on your team, Mike?
Yes, Josh Jacobs absolutely killed it for me in 2 leagues. I do not have any stock in Travis Kelce or Justin Jefferson, but Josh Allen is carrying me in another league. So yes, those are my 2 outstanding players as well.
Hey,
for this last week.
Yeah.
fun fact about Travis Kelce, Wisconsin just hired his college coach. Hopefully it helps.
That the dude from Cincinnati?
Yeah, Cincinnati coach is going to Wisconsin. So
Supposedly he's bringing his whole staff, recruiters, everything.
everybody, we took the whole gamut.
That's
Hopefully
wild.
not their defensive coordinator.
That's wild. Standings. We had some more mix-ups. Doug is back at the number 1 spot. We actually had 3. Well, we'll get to it in a second. But Doug's at the number 1 spot. Matt's still the highest points for. Tyson's still the lowest points for.
Let me hop in real quick. Number 1 with the number 1 waiver wire too.
Yeah,
And
Nice.
and most points against.
highest points against.
Go
Impressive.
figure that one out. That's a good season. Now we think this is complete blind luck because last year he won the whole league, but with an auto drafted team,
Auto drafted team, made it in with like the 5th or 6th seed.
and then beat me in the shit.
No,
Now he's first this year. Drafted his own team.
Okay,
finally.
that's
Drafted his
good.
own team,
We're still
or his wife did. We're not quite
I'm
sure.
becoming a believer, but I'm still a little hesitant. Still not sure.
He's
He's
from
a
Nashville.
Titans fan and a Dodgers fan.
He's from Nashville. It's like, oh,
He's a little
you
I
know,
like the Titans fan.
suspect.
That's cool.
Suspect for sure. And then KJ sitting in at second. KJ and Auto Draft Joe also at 8 and 4. Those guys been slowly climbing all year. I'd love to see that. That's awesome. Matt staying hot. Matt was the most active person in our league on the trades. Like
and waiver, I think.
in the
too.
waiver wire trades, he didn't have the great team in the beginning, and he has built a great team. just by making some trades.
Highest
And-
points for, yeah.
100%. Then next up is Lindo.
Auto Draft Joe is now the
Shout out to Lindo.
lowest points against.
Lowest points against.
Yeah, because of the whipping I put on Lindo last week.
Congratulations, Joe. You get the easiest walk through the league there
Yeah.
is. All peaks, no valleys. Didn't really come to fruition last week there, Lindo. But yeah, 7-5. And then rounding out our current playoff standings is Bing at 6-6. Everybody else is on the outside looking in.
And we had some streaks. Joey's currently on a 5-game win streak still. KJ's got a 3-game win streak. So they're, hot, riding that into their playoffs. And then Tyson.
Tyson's Tyson. Not much to say there, huh?
Now you see why he's got that name. Unfortunately, I need him this week. We're talking about playoffs. So we have 3 officially clinched in playoffs. We've got Quillman Doug, Cran 50 KJ, and Auto Draft Joe officially clinched. Matt hasn't officially clinched, but you'll see why he pretty much has clinched in just a second.
Gotcha.
We have somebody eliminated. Tyson.
Sorry, Ty. Hey, maybe better luck next year. I think that's what they say, right?
Better luck next year. And hopefully, I think I need you to actually still play good, though. So don't just take the rest of the last 2 weeks off. Scenarios to make it in. So we've got some crazy stuff happening
Scenarios,
here.
if you will. Scenarios.
Did I spell it right?
No, you did.
You're just saying it in Italian.
Different phonetics
Lindo needs 1 win
for the next 2.
to clinch in 2 weeks to clinch his playoff berth.
Okay.
So he's in a good spot.
That's doable. Peaks and valleys, all peaks, no
We don't know who
valleys.
he's playing yet, but as that looks, he's in a good spot.
Ain't no river wide, ain't no mountain high. You got
Bing
it.
needs 1 win,
Okay.
a loss, and a loss by me, and he's in. Or he needs 2 losses by me, technically. That says 1
Okay.
loss. Technically 2 losses by me and 1 loss by you and Donald.
Oh.
And he's in.
Double barrel Dell. Don't be
Whether
losing.
he wins or loses.
Don't be losing. I'm not gonna lose.
Now it gets crazy because some of us still have a chance. And this is not all the scenarios.
So you're saying there's a chance?
These are the most likely 3. I need 2 wins
Okay.
and 2 losses by Lindo. And I also need to outscore him by 31 points over that 2-week span. Or
Doable.
I need 2 wins and 2 losses by Bing. And I beat him.
Okay.
Or I need 1 win and 2 losses by Bing and also outscore him by 82 points over the next 2 weeks. And there's some other crazy shit that could happen as well, but that's like the 3 most likely.
So what you're saying is there's a chance.
Still a chance.
There's a chance.
Now let's talk about Donald.
Double barrel Daryl. All right.
Donald needs 2 wins,
Okay.
2 Bing losses, a TK loss, a Glaze loss, and an outscore Bing by 17 points.
It can happen.
Doable. Doable.
Or if you win both your games, he would also need to outscore you, which he's currently doing by like 3 points.
Yeah, you might want to get on that, Daryl.
You also are still alive. After being in last place,
All
you
year.
0-6? You got to
I was
0-5?
0-6.
0-6 at one point. You need 2 wins, 2 losses by Bing, a loss by me, a Donald loss, and to outscore Bing by 20 points.
Done.
And you can still get in.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
There you go.
Done.
That's how it can happen.
Okay.
Playoffs.
Playoffs.
All
I
right.
want to talk about playoffs?
Oh, and this is Matt. Matt would have to score 0 points in the next 2 weeks to make it in because he's the highest point scorer. He literally scores.
It's pretty much okay.
0 is, I just threw it out. It might be 10. I don't know.
Take
but
2 weeks
He's
off.
not going to score 0.
I'm going to take 2 weeks off of Michael's league.
No. Well, you can't.
I could.
You already clinched.
Well,
This is your league here, Bob.
the top 4 guys, Quellman, 5-0, Auto Draft, and Softy Matt, they're playing for
Positioning.
right? So you probably don't want to be you want the 1 and 2 seed, if anything.
So top 4 are in. They're just trying to figure out where they're going to be. And then the next 2, that's up for grabs.
Yeah.
The 3 will play the 6 most likely.
Mhm.
The 4 will play.
Right. This is if it ended today, this is how it would be.
1 and 2 get by.
Fight for that 3.
Yep.
Exactly.
Fight for that 1 or 2. Fuck. Get a bye.
Tell us about this week coming up.
This week coming up in fantasy football. Sorry, small writing. We gotta jump in here with little old eyes. Okay, this week in our first matchup, we have PK.
Name change, by the way.
Kirk kissing Cousins.
Mhm.
Jesus Christ.
Kirk Cousins fucked me 2 weeks ago. So now
Big fan.
he's nothing but
Big fan.
on my shit
Might as well
list.
be dead.
Against the Dallas,
He
Yeah.
scored 1.2 points and I lost by 10.
he was positive at least.
He's going against Dirty Mike and the boys. Double barrel Daryl. Donald is a 22-point underdog at the time of editing or viewing, as you want to call this. What do you think? How you feeling on that?
I feel really good. Donald has had a decent team, just bad weeks.
Mhm.
But my team, I feel like, has been hot. But who knows? I need this win, and so does he. So
Ooh. Desperation. There we go. We saw that today in soccer. And then next matchup we got going in. This is more of these placement games that we're talking about for the end of the season here. Joey could probably secure himself a bye week if his auto drafted team can knock off Quailman. He is currently a 21-point underdog, so not looking good from the beginning. But hey, like you said earlier, you were 30 points ahead of Lindo or behind Lindo, and you're 30 points ahead of him by the end of that game. So these projections almost mean nothing, but
and Joey hasn't put a defense in yet. So
you'll get 8 more points than 129.
Right.
Good job.
unless you keep the defense you have on your roster at the moment, he's got the Colts on his defense. Oh, and by the way,
Jeff Saturday is a fearless leader.
Donald has 3 quarterbacks on his roster.
Hey, he's just pocketing them until
So
next
that's
year.
also why I feel good about.
Love it.
Hey, so
Love it.
actually, I just thought about this thought. Since technically Doug kept a guy from last year, can he still be auto draft Doug? Because that guy was auto drafted.
Yes.
Auto draft Doug.
No,
Well,
I'll
man.
say- well, I'm not gonna say this is going on YouTube. Never mind.
What are you gonna do in your matchup here?
My matchup is me and Lindo. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Matchup of the week. Okay. We have the tightest projections. We were both projected at 138. I don't know. I really don't. Like, I wish I could come and sit here and say I got a bunch of confidence. I'm gonna win. Yada yada yada. I don't know. Over the past 6 weeks, I'm 4-2. I hope to make that 5-2. So we'll see. Lindo, just because we're on record right here on video, I'm gonna beat you. Sorry.
I need you to, and so do you.
I need you.
Actually, no, you need just Bing to lose, but if you lose, you're out
Yeah. Well,
for sure.
for
Out.
sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
further out than you are. Like it's the door's closed.
So far out, you're not even in.
You're not even in. So I really need you to win.
Okay, I'll see what I
What do you need from me to win this week?
like an 18 pack of beer.
And then KJ and Matt's another one of those where us at the bottom don't give a shit. But it'll work good for your guys' seeding. Currently, Matt is projected to win by 16. So, but KJ's been hot. Joey's been hot. Anything can happen in those 2 matches.
Yeah, no, 100%.
They probably go down to the wire, I bet.
This is gonna be an interesting matchup here. I'm smelling upset.
I really hope so.
I'm smelling upset. So the next matchup and our final matchup for this week, week 13, we have Bing going against Tyson. Bing is currently projected at 132, and Tyson is currently projected at 125. So a 7-point difference. Pretty close there. Like I said, I'm smelling upset. I think Tyson pulls it out and gets a win. I'm just trying to put good vibes out there. So hopefully, Tyson, come on, baby. Come on.
Come on, Tyson.
We golf together for a reason. Come
We
on.
need you. I need you. He needs you. Donald needs you. We need you.
Mike needs you to go golfing with him so he can get absolutely hammered by like 11 a.m.
Again.
This is what I need.
Oh,
The other 2 matchups I don't care about, but that's
Okay.
what needs to happen this week.
Okay.
So, Mike, since you're here, the problem for Bing's team, why he went 5-0,
0-6.
0-6, and then 1-1,
Mhm.
riddled with injuries. You're in last place. Did you have an injury bug? Has anybody on your thing had a problem with injuries?
oh yeah.
I tried to trade for the guy.
for-
Jamar Chase.
Okay, yeah, I had Jamar Chase, Devo for a couple weeks there. My running backs were Elijah Mitchell. So
You've had that multiple times.
yeah, the MCL sprain just keeps coming back.
Yeah.
So
They do that.
now injuries will happen. Just not my year in fantasy. It's what can't win them all, as they say.
It's where the cookie crumbles, right?
I will say there's a big match right there with was it Bing 6-6? There's a
Mhm.
couple of those guys.
You got some guys on the peripherals, on the edges.
Sad to say, Lindo's got you though, Ryan. Sad to
Fuck
say.
off. Fuck off.
See, the good thing about Lindo is 1 week he'll score like
170.
highest points in the league or close to, and then next week he'll score like 10.
How did you do last week? 1, right?
No, I beat him.
You beat
He
him.
scored 140. He had a good week. He
Oh,
got the
dude, I'm
third
good.
highest
He said
point.
score like
I
70.
just
He's gonna score.
I
like
kicked his ass because of Josh Jacobs.
He's maxing out at 75 points tops this week.
Yeah,
Colin.
it's Valley time.
Colin, it's a valley.
It's a Valley.
It's a valley weekend.
All right. That's to change his name. All Peaks, No Valleys. It used to be All Peaks and Valleys or some shit like
Peaks
that.
and valleys.
Nobody knows. Go buy tires from him.
Just get your tires. Make sure you put some lug nuts on. And then just looking ahead here, good luck in week 13. Only 2 weeks left in our regular season. We have 4 people who have clinched and 5 people still in the hunt for those final 2 playoff spots. Just good luck to you guys. Really hoping for fireworks here at the end. I would like to see it close. So that's biggest want for next year. And then a few changes next year that we're announcing. Number 1, first and foremost, live draft in my house. We are preventing auto draft from being an issue. We will get this out months in advance so that everybody can plan on it. Once again, Bing, we know you're in Vegas, so we'll either work around a weekend you're going to be here, or we will Zoom you in and get that done.
Or you can move back.
I mean, that's totally viable too. If you want to come sell solar, I'll hire you. And then next up here, trading draft picks and trade setup, like we talked about last week. That is going to be done. You guys are going to be able to vote on it through the GroupMe app. And in case of a tie, the ultimate decision would come down to Trevor and myself. But you do know if you are trading draft picks, either you are receiving them or giving them away, we are going to reach out to you and ask you and make sure that you have a complete buy-in for next year. We're not going to deal with a situation where somebody's out. So,
Maybe we should have them prepaid for the following year. I just thought about that. Deposit. Yeah. Half or something.
more money in my Venmo. Great idea.
Yeah. You're going to get taxed by Nancy Pelosi.
Fuck.
We've got a GroupMe chat. Please hop on it if you haven't. Everybody's been added, so it's on you now. If you haven't, try to get away from that text message one. I know you iPhone guys don't like us Android guys because you guys are a bunch of commies and shit, and getting rid of airdrops, but that's neither here nor there.
It's in China.
We're gonna up the buy-in.
We are going to up the buy-in.
Have we decided on a price?
Not yet. We'll probably vote on this.
KJ
before
was
next
a
year.
little scared of $100.
Don't be a bitch, KJ. Jesus Christ.
We can vote on it at the draft or before then.
So we want to pay out, like we said last week, the first bad beat.
Did you have any bad beats in your?
Do you know what
league
bad beat? Do you know what a bad beat is by fantasy definition?
Go ahead.
Second highest scoring team in the league loses
Wow.
to the highest scoring
Brutal.
We've
Right.
had that happen 4
team.
times.
I've had that happen 4 times this year.
Can't say I keep
And I
track
think Lindo
close
is
as you guys.
Lindo's 2 of them, I think. I'm 1.
He was definitely one of them. It was almost a second.
Yeah.
He might have been 2.
So anyways, yeah, we've had a bunch of people do it. And
So we're gonna pay that out the first time.
$100.
Okay.
You're gonna get your $100.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then something I'm taking from your league is the only thing I can ever win in your fucking league is the regular season champ,
Mhm.
right? Like whoever wins the regular season, whoever has the best record after those first 14 weeks, they're gonna get a nice little payout, $100, $200, something like that. And then we're gonna do the rest of the money towards the playoff champ. First and second place will pay out. But yeah, kind of like that, kind of
Yeah.
a little bit structured like your league, and that's kind of where I'm taking that from. So, but yeah, and once again, guys, to you guys, any other ideas, throw them out. Let us know. We will not do an extra matchup against the median. Sorry that it takes the whole idea of a schedule being in your favor or out of your favor away. So other than that, throw them at me. Okay. Anything you guys want to do.
So before we let you go, Mike, I got
I had a couple questions too.
Go for it.
I thought of them too. Mike, jumping ahead, thinking of next year. Have you identified any guys that you're seeing this year that you're saying, I want that guy. I need that guy.
Wish you could have gave me this question
Earlier.
couple hours
Yeah.
ago. Great.
Well, if it
that's how our
didn't,
podcast
if it didn't hit me 3 slides ago, I probably would.
Fair enough. Let's talk to it. I think since I'm a homer, Christian Watson.
Yes,
No
100%.
matter who's thrown to him, he's an absolute athletic stud. He's got the height, he's got the speed, he's a rookie. Could still win rookie of the year
Yeah,
and
100%.
not play half the year.
Yep.
So
He's got the most
I don't know
touchdowns
if
by
that's
rookie.
possible, but
and he'll have a new quarterback next year.
yeah,
Hopefully.
could be some love magic.
Show me some love.
Yeah.
Time for that love and feeling. Okay. So you're looking at Watson. Who else? Anybody else getting your eye? Anybody else you're seeing?
I think CMC stock only went up. I know he's not, you have to be a keeper of some sort
Yeah.
to get him, but him going from the Panthers to the Niners is, oh my gosh, years to come. I hate the Niners, and I hate to say this, but if you have him, he's going to be a keeper years to come. If he can stay healthy, which so far
that's
doing
what I was going to say for the Niners.
so far doing good. Hopefully he plays this week. We'll see. That should be a great game. Side note.
He's on Donald's team. Who's playing Donald? I'm playing Donald. I hope he doesn't play.
You are effed.
I hope he doesn't play.
One
Is that
guy,
bad?
let me just hop
What,
in.
what do you got? I'm on here.
Waller stock has gone down huge.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Two
Dropped off
years
face
in a
of the earth.
row.
Yeah. Pitts as well this year.
Hits,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's dead.
The tight ends is a tough position
Yeah.
this year, maybe the toughest.
Slim pickings. And I know you got your eye on a guy that's a tight end in college because we've talked about this guy numerous times.
Yes,
Oh,
gonna be
Um,
an absolute
care to share?
stud. Michael Mayer out of Notre Dame.
Hmm.
He will probably go top 10.
What did I say in my evaluation? Like my quick synopsis when I
Mhm.
saw the video you sent me. A more athletic, bigger Gronk. Like the guy makes catches. He's got hands. It doesn't matter if you're rifling a pass at him 5 yards away or if you're throwing 40 yards downfield. The guy's got hands. It's stupid. I'm
Can
hoping
he block though?
Apparently that's a requirement.
Gronk could block.
Notre Dame running game? Yeah, I'm gonna have to say he probably can run. He can probably block.
Just saying.
He probably can block. You don't get to go to Notre Dame not
Little
blocking.
shout out for the rookies next year. Watch him.
Okay. Anybody else on your eyes? Anybody else on the horizon?
Derek Carr is another one I'm kind of curious about if they're going to keep him.
How do you get rid of a Hall of Fame quarterback?
First of all, yes, but now he's had some better games as of
Patriots
late,
today.
but he could be someone that could, the right position, right fit. Patriots,
When he said that just now, I was thinking Card Patriots. That would make sense.
that would
If
be
Jimmy don't go
phenomenal
there.
fit. Yeah,
Jimmy not going there.
Belichick drafted him.
Until last week, I was saying Jimmy's going to Green Bay.
I don't
Now,
think Mac
after
Jones
last
is going
week-
anywhere.
We ain't picking up nobody. I mean, honestly, if Rodgers ain't playing, I'm gonna draft Love. I liked what I saw in a little bit. I got to see him, so we'll see. We'll see there.
let's talk in a few weeks.
Yeah, we'll
Let's
see.
talk in
Are
a few
you
weeks.
going to start doing videos like this for your league?
Probably not.
I love that.
The slides and the effort that you put in, both of you, it's phenomenal.
Sure.
I just wish I had something like this in my league, but thank you again for being the host here.
Mhm.
Talk and kind of chime in on your guys' league. Pretty cool thing you guys got going here.
No, it's fun. It's fun. A lot of feedback from the guys. They like it. It's still pretty easy to do. Really, it is. So
I
if you
know
want to,
shows work.
we can you run a Zoom? It's not
It took
Teams.
us a couple of weeks to figure out to do Zooms instead of Teams.
How hard can it be?
Teams suck. Go to Zoom. But yeah. And what were your questions? Fire away at the man.
No, that was like my
The man
main
here.
question was see if he was
Okay.
going to pick it up because I told my other league, the guy who runs that we're doing this and he loves it and so he wants to start doing it too. So maybe I'll invite him to come watch one. I don't think he'll want to be in one, but
Are you gonna tell the people where this came from?
this came from a gentleman named Victor Paredes. Used to run a gambling league, and one part of that was fantasy football. And so he would do this every week, and so we thought it was fun. And then he, got the buy-in to be like $500, and so we all said, "Fuck that."
I'm out. So
But yeah, so
that's all we got, man.
I got one last thing for you guys. A little Thursday play.
Okay.
The Bills going to the Patriots. The Bills have not covered a spread in the past 5 games. They're on the road at the Patriots, and the Patriots have only played great games at home this
Okay.
year. I think the line's right around 4.5.
Big Patriots coming.
Hey, Patriots, 4.5.
Okay. Take the points.
I don't sports bet, but that sounds good. I'm not very good at it. You
Bills
can see our
defense
sports
is-
betting record.
Bills defense is falling apart quickly.
Yes.
Or do we want to do a sports betting section of this? No, we don't.
No.
I already know enough money.
Too complicated.
I owe Matt. I haven't forgotten. I owe Matt 25 because he fucking smoked
you.
me. I owe
Donald?
KJ 5. I think
Oh.
Donald owes me 10, and I owe you 5 or 10.
Man.
And then I've got a $10 bet with you this week on the Niners versus Dolphins. So,
Who'd you take? Dolphins?
Dolphins plus 3.5.
the other thing I
Those
want to
points?
add in here real quick is I will start sharing the link to this if you guys want to live watch it. Only guests are going to be allowed to participate, but if you want to watch, you are more than welcome. I'll start putting the link out there. We can do a live podcast rather than a video afterwards.
Look at this. We're just getting better and better. So now appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate
Pretty
you
soon
guys.
we're going to be the Joe Rogan experience.
I wouldn't be mad. Send me $100 million check. So no, appreciate you guys following along and just being a part of this every week. If there's any questions, anything comes up, fire away. Let me and Trevor know. Good luck to you guys. I hope you guys do well, except for the people that I need to lose.
Yeah. Being I hope you lose, Donald, I'm going to beat you.
Cheers.
See you,
Mike,
fellas.
thanks for joining us.